tell you what's been going well. I've been sleeping very well recently, which is such a fantastic thing to be able to say at this point of prep. Unsurprising that I had a new low weigh-in today because I'm fucking hungry. Like, I'm actually very hungry at this point, which is why I'm making this video and what I'm going to chat about throughout this video in terms of how I'm combating that hunger. I'm excited because there definitely has been some forward progress and some more momentum since the last show, and I'm feeling much tighter in myself, which is, you know, what we were aiming for more condition, and we're really pushing it this week. I've just done my gratitude journaling. I've planned out, you know, what my aims for this week are. One of them, survive, which I'm laughing at, but genuinely, like, by the end of the week, Jesus Christ, who knows what I'm going to feel like. Things have been ticking along nicely. They're not easy by any means. I have been feeling like an absolutely battered sausage recently. Like, I am in pain a lot of the time just because my body is really, really struggling with recovery at this point. We win some, we lose some, but I'm in a really good headspace. The thing about having been sleeping better, I'm struggling to think about what to put it down to, because I thought it might have been workload at first. I was working my full-time job, I was prepping, I was also doing all of my online coaching. I just constantly was working away. Now, things have changed in terms of that I don't have my full-time job, but I am in a very transitional period where I'm currently working to get all of my clients set up on a new app. Which is really exciting, but it means that not only am I doing all of my usual client work, I'm having to set everyone up onto this new app and transfer them over and reprogram everyone, etc. So I've got a lot of work on right now, but I'm sleeping like a baby. I'm also getting up earlier, which to me screams I'm relaxed because I go to bed knowing that my heart is full and I'm doing what I enjoy. And also I get up earlier because I'm not dreading to get out of bed. We'll come back to that one again at the end of the week and see whether I'll be actually getting out of bed, but things are in a good place right now, which I'm really, really grateful to be able to say, because it has been 5 months of prep so far. We do have, you know, more time to go, so we've got to keep ploughing on. Anyway, after rambling 3 minutes, sorry, I'm gonna do my check-in now, and then I'm gonna get my ass to the studio, do some posing, do my cardio, do some steps, and 3 hours later, I might just about have done a quarter of my energy expenditure for the day. Protein powder, some cereal, and 50 grams of strawberries. It is about, it's just gone 12:15, and this is meal number 1 on my rest day. So, got up at 4:30, I've done cardio, I've done posing, I've done almost all of my client check-ins, I've had a business call, and I've got only a few more check-ins to go until I get on with the bulk of my programming work for the rest of the day. And I'm going to talk about the title of this video, but I'm going to dig into this because I'm fucking starving. So you can watch while I watch some YouTube. Genuinely can't explain how sad it makes me how quickly those meals seem to last, which is not for very long at all, which is why it's so important to remove yourself from your working environment, from any kind of stressful environment, to sit down and literally be in that meal, be inside it, savor it, love it, enjoy it. It is so important. particularly for your digestion. If you're not actually sitting down and enjoying your meals and eating mindfully and chewing, you're not setting your digestive system up in the best state. You need your body to be relaxed, not in the fight or flight mode. And so for me, I always take myself away from my desk. I'll never eat at my desk, and it will always kind of be over here at the sofa, so I can just sit and enjoy my meal and just catch up on some YouTube and give myself a bit of a break. Up until now, I've literally only had 2 black coffees and water. I don't have anything that might spike my insulin because of supplementation with yohimbine in the mornings, so I'm fucking ravenous by this point of the day. And there's one thing I've really noticed since my last show is that I've been more hungry, which obviously, because we've been pushing for more condition, is not surprising at all. But I think one thing that really has impacted my hunger is obviously after the show, having had an off-plan meal, having had something a little bit more highly palatable. That was so nice, and it was needed, I think, at that point. But it has meant that the last few weeks of pushing have been more tough, to be honest. I've definitely been more food focused, and I'm not surprised because I feel battered. Like, my body feels battered, I'm tired. It's tough. It is tough. It's the preppest that tough's ever been. Yeah. Yeah. As you can tell, prep brain fully in swing. Things are difficult. Now, because I've had a lot more food focus over the last few weeks, I've decided to make a change to how I eat my food. For those of you who don't know, I follow an If It Fits Your Macros approach. My coach gives me my macronutrients which I need to hit, and from that, I choose the foods that I eat. Now, one big reason for this is because I'm vegan, and also because I read and research a lot into nutrition and know how to manage it. But also, I like to manage my own food. I like to eat foods that I enjoy. Now, a lot of people can badmouth the If It Fits Your Macros approach in the bodybuilding industry because they have a kind of preconception that it's not the best way to go about doing things. And to be honest, sometimes it's not. However, it's really served me well in these last couple of weeks due to the fact that I've been able to change up my food sources to new and different things to allow me a little bit of mental relief because I was getting so food focused. And I've switched things up a little bit now to be eating different things so that I'm not bored of every single meal. Like, because when you're so hungry, you just want to enjoy your food. If you're actually not enjoying your food that much, you're finding it boring. Firstly, it doesn't help your headspace, but secondly, it actually impacts your digestion because you start digesting your food before you've even eaten it. Now, I bet you're thinking, what? But when you start thinking about food, when you start getting ready to eat and you know it's mealtime, you start to salivate, you start to get your gastrointestinal juices flowing, and that benefits digestion. So eating foods which you don't particularly enjoy is not something which is beneficial in the long term for both your kind of like mental state, for remaining adherent, and also for your digestion. I really enjoyed that, even though it was like 20 grams of cereal and some yogurt and 50 grams of berries. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait for my next meal already, which will be in 3 hours time to be precise. Not that I'm counting or anything, but just here I've got my creatine, my Hydromax and my glutamine, which I'll just be sipping on whilst I finish the rest of my check-ins. I did want to go out for a walk, but in typical British weather style, it's just started pissing it down. I might go out anyway because the last week the weather hasn't been great, and I've actually been doing a lot of my steps in the gym, but I find it so boring. Like, so boring just being on a treadmill and staring at it. I actually find it harder to walk on a treadmill than I do to walk outside when the weather's shit because it's just dead boring. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna crack on with some work now, and then I'm gonna go and show you my meal a little bit later on. And oh my goodness, is it not reflecting your physique? We've seen some really, really big changes this week. Eyes wide open, I'm dreaming. Meal number 2. 3 hours later. I definitely didn't count. So meal number 2 is ready. I am so excited for this. What I've got, I'll show you guys a little bit more closely. So there's some tofu, there's some vegan beef strips, cucumber, tomato, lettuce. That's it. It's literally, this is about 250 calories, 30 grams of complete protein, because it's all soy-based protein. You can be vegan and prep and bodybuild. But yeah, I'm gonna dig into this now. I'm absolutely starving, but I've got most of my work done for the day. Matt's actually about to come over and help me do some filming for a couple of bits. So maybe next time, the next clip from this is gonna be looking a whole lot more fresh, because I might get him to film it for me. Ready? Should we do a transition? Bet you like that one, didn't you? So Matt is here. I'm sure that you can tell by the fact that the camera looks much better quality. But to kind of round off from what I was talking about, I want to chat about some staples which you need to consider whether you are doing if it fits your macros or a meal plan. Now, irrespective of whatever option you choose, and regardless of which one I think is best, there's certain things that you need to consider. So here are the staples. 1, digestion. 2, food volume. 3, the macronutrient breakdown of your food. 4, the nutrient density of your food. 5, meal timings. Did I say that one? No, meal timings. So those are all really important things to consider. You need to make sure that the quality of your food, so the nutrient density, is appropriate. If you're gonna do if it fits your macros and you're trying to fit Kinder Buenos in as your pre-workout meal, like, you're just being a dickhead. That's not going to fuel you in the best way. And also, Kinder Buenos don't have that much food volume. You need to make sure that when you're in a really deep dieting phase like I am right now, that your tummy is being distended, that it's getting stretched to send those signals to your brain where you feel full. Now, you've also got to consider your body runs like a clock, or a bit more so like a machine that has its internal clock. So you need to make sure that your body is getting food and fueled at regular timings. If you're not doing this, you're going to fuck up your hunger hormones and you're going to be starving a lot of the time. So you know how throughout the day I was saying I'm going to eat in exactly 3 hours time and then another 3 hours time, and I definitely wasn't counting down the minutes? It's because my body gets hungry at specific times of the day because it knows when to expect that energy. Also, the nutrient breakdown of your food at specific times of the day is really important, because both pre and post workout, you want those fast digesting carbohydrates and proteins for recovery, and to also make sure that you are fueling your muscle glycogen stores, that you are replenishing them. So macronutrient breakdown matters. Again, Kinder Bueno post workout doesn't have that much protein in. Are you going to be repairing the damage that you've done to your muscles? Absolutely not. And finally, carrying on from the Kinder Bueno analogy, if you are dairy intolerant, why the fuck are you eating Kinder Buenos? Like, you are literally setting yourself up for gastrointestinal distress, damaging your gut, and also just not allowing yourself to absorb those nutrients and assimilate them to fuel your body. If you want to be an athlete, you need to fuel yourself like one. So for me, part of the reason why I'm vegan and I do go plant-based is because my body hates dairy. Don't eat foods that don't agree with you. Like, if you know that something's gonna cause you an upset stomach, like, woman up and don't eat it. Just go for something which sits with you better instead. So regardless of whether you do if it fits your macros or a meal plan, all of those staples must be at the forefront of your priority list. So we're going to leave it there, and I'm going to catch you later when I make meal number 3, prior to going for my Swedish massage, because I have to pay for people to touch me nowadays. Filming with Matt is all done and dusted. Safe to say that prep rain was really bad and there was a lot of bloopers. I don't know what I'm going to say. Matt, I'm sorry,
Weak arms are heavy.
I'm having such a bad prep brain day. It's being really bad today. Okay, right, let's go. Was that the last bit? Yeah, I think it was. We'll set it up specifically for you in terms of how we're going to get your mindset and your physique to a place where you've literally never been before. That's what I meant. Yes, great success.
Great success.
Usually I'm okay, but today it was just not great. I had to like re-record everything because I just kept forgetting what I wanted to say for the content that we were doing. But Anyway, I have about 5 minutes to eat this meal, which is going to be pretty impressive before I go and get my massage, but I'll just talk you through. So this is meal number 3. What I have here, I've got some green beans, some courgette, tomatoes, asparagus, tofu, and some more no beef strips. All of this is done in the air fryer. I'm just gonna add a little bit of this chip shop curry sauce onto the side. I'll have to take this out by Sunday. It's Monday now, just because it's got sweeteners in it. So we wanna get rid of that, but it's a good plate of veggies.
Free falling, baby, awake before I'm down. Free falling, baby, awake before.
I honestly can't explain to you how badly I needed that massage. Like, it was a mix between a traditional Thai massage, which is a bit like yoga where you don't do anything because they literally stretch you out and pull you apart, and I was clicking like a dusty skeleton. Like, my body just, it is so broken right now. But it was so nice because it was deep tissue Thai massage, and then it was loads of stretching and kind of like yoga-esque movements, which was really nice, really relaxing. And I'm definitely going to book in for one the day after my show because I feel like I'll really need it. But yeah, it's been a long day, it's been a busy day. I'm currently sipping on one thing that has actually been getting me through the last week or so as well. Let me show you. I usually am a coffee drinker, but this has just tickled my taste buds recently. The Yorkshire tea, the biscuit version. There's honestly just something about it. It's just so good, like absolutely love it. But yeah, just this with a little bit of almond milk, and I'm also making my final meal, which is a big bowl of chocolatey oats. So I'll show you that once it's all done and dusted, and then I will chat to you finally about what I think is best, if it fits your macros or the meal plan approach. So this is the lethal combo. These protein Quaker oats per sachet, it's something like 8-9 grams of protein, so double what you'd usually get. It's just soy protein powder that they've added to it, so it's vegan, it works. And then the chocolate cereal milk vegan whey from, I keep saying vegan whey, it's not whey, it's just protein powder, from Ghost. And here is the final product. So we have chocolatey oats, 10 grams of dark chocolate, really nice and cakey. Oh, it looks so good. I'm so excited to eat this. I'm gonna have it with my cuppa. When I tell you that that bowl of oats which you saw about 2 minutes 27 seconds ago didn't last very long. I'd say it probably lasted about 2 minutes 27 seconds at the most. Even my fucking tea is gone. Oh dear. I easily could have eaten 3 times that bowl of oats, but it's okay. In about this time, in 24 hours, I'll have another one. Because tomorrow's also a rest day as well. Safe to say that cardio on Wednesday, after 2 rest days, cardio that morning is gonna be someone else. Anyway, the whole point of this video. So what wins versus if it fits your macros or a meal plan? What is the best for prep, for bodybuilding in general, for even people who are just going through wanting to change their body composition? What works best? Now, if we rewind to the video where I went through those staples, those are things which are all important factors, and they can be implemented whether you do it through a meal plan or whether you do it through if it fits your macros. With if it fits your macros, if you're changing what you're eating on a day-to-day basis, but you know that it agrees with you, that you can digest it, and that it hits all of the previous staples, such as, you know, the appropriate macronutrient breakdown, appropriately nutrient dense, then there is no reason why that is an issue. When it comes to a meal plan, let's say you have a meal plan for your training days and then you have a meal plan for your non-training days. but the days are the same, where you kind of eat the same stuff on those set days. That's also totally cool. You've got the structure there, you know what you're having. You don't get what some people refer to as decision fatigue, where you have to choose what you're going to have because it's already there for you, you know what you're having. Now, the only kind of caveat to this is for a meal plan, if that's set by your coach, you might have to run things by your coach in order to be able to change them. However, most coaches nowadays will give you a flexible, structured meal plan, which is what I give my clients. So for my clients, for every single meal that they have, I break it down into carbs, proteins, and fats. And then for each of those macronutrients, I give them several choices of what they can choose. So it's almost like a pick and mix. They just kind of mix and match what they want. And that way, each meal can be a bit more different or a bit more varied. Some people go for the super old school approach where they eat the same thing for every single meal, even down to like 3 spears of asparagus. That's very old school. Some coaches might do that, but some people might like that because it gives you the appropriate structure. At the end of the day, it is the cliche, whatever you can stick to is the best thing for you, because it is. So for me, what I have done recently, and what I have always done when it comes to planning my food, is I'm given my set macros. But I create myself my training day meal plan and my rest day meal plan. Why? Because I can't be fucking arsed changing what I'm eating all the time, because it's just more variables to track into MyFitnessPal and I just like having less to think about. However, say if there was one day where I really fancied having something, like really fancied something specific, and it matched all of the staples which I've discussed previously in the video, then that's cool. I just factor that into my macros. So for instance, the reason why I just had that delicious bowl of oats, I haven't eaten oats for about a year, because last year when I was cutting, I think I was having like 2 bowls of oats a day because they're so satiating and filling that I really went off of them and I didn't enjoy them anymore. But that's literally the same thing that's happened with cream of rice. Like, I've got a little bit sick of cream of rice recently because I've been having the same flavour all the time. And also with oats, I find that they're a bit more kind of stodgy, a bit more filling. So because I have If It Fits Your Macros, I've just done a little bit of a dance and a tweak of things and changed it. So from now on, I'm having oats. And that's cool because it still fuels me with everything that needs to be fueled with. So at the end of the day, if it fits your macros or meal plan, doesn't fucking matter. What matters is that you're fueling your body appropriately at the appropriate times of day with foods that agree with you. That's it. I've seen in the bodybuilding industry recently, people have been arguing left, right and centre about whether If It Fits Your Macros or a meal plan is best. You're all doing the same thing. You're arguing over the same kettle of fish because you're literally both still hitting all of the fundamentals that need to be hit. So as long as you're doing that, then it doesn't matter what approach you take. So that's my opinion on the whole situation of If It Fits Your Macros versus meal plan. But I'm interested to know, what do you guys think? What do you think is actually the best approach to take? Because I think it is really individual. Some of my clients don't want to have to even put a single thought into what they're eating, and they want me to choose every single thing for them. If that's what they want to do, that's what works for them, cool. I couldn't think of anything worse than someone telling me what to eat for every single meal. But that's just me. So do whatever makes you happy. Let me know in the comments below. And let me know if you found this video helpful, guys. Because I really do think that it's important that you guys realise that the quality of your food, as well as the quantity, as well as the timings of it, is so vital. One of my clients said this on a call to me yesterday, after she'd been really sticking to her nutrition goals, and she said, do you know what, Millie, I've realised that you honestly are what you eat, and when you don't eat shit, you don't feel like shit. And I was just like, yes my girl, that is exactly the case, and that's why she's flying. That's why I still feel good, I still feel satiated. You guys saw how many fruits and veggies I've had today, and I still had things that I enjoyed, such as oats, chocolate and cereal. I'm eating fucking chocolate and I'm 12 days out from my bodybuilding show. You can do it. So I hope that this is going to show how much you can eat foods that you enjoy, and you can flex on that as well as still hitting your goals. So gonna leave it here, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed. Drop a like and I will catch you in the next one. Much love.